Okay, Daily Trader TV, episode 40. It's the 11th of May 2018. Market update. I'm not qualified to give you advice on individual stocks. Don't follow me into trades. Trading can involve risks that involve losing more than your initial stake. So you need to understand things like position size and leverage, etc., which are covered on some other videos. Just looking at the video, at the portfolio, we just take a quick run through. Cake, flagging out new highs. RFX, effectively range bound sideways, but looks okay. Gym Group, looks like might be trying to put a new base in. OTB reported yesterday, gap down. It took a £1 million hit on the back of the Monarch Airlines collapse. Obviously, I mean, it was at new highs. The market's being caught offside. You can see that as it was making new highs, it was putting good volume in, so a lot of people being trapped in this area. We've had a sell-off, but in truth, looks okay. Markets consolidate through time or price, and it's consolidated through time in this case. But it's still in an uptrend. Looks okay. DPU, yeah, it's not really based out properly yet, but we're in the trade. I'm wrong here, and obviously I'm looking for a breakout here. Bowl, new highs. Boom, still suspended, pending the acquisition. FLTA looks okay, still trending upwards. Hostile World, just bimbling around, all looks fine. Just looking at the markets. FTSE 100, it's had a big bounce. Effectively, just in case people are wondering, what is it I'm trying to do? How am I placing trades on indices? You can see the light blue, the 100-day moving average. These are Bollinger Bands, effectively 2 standard deviation moves from the mean. And when it gets in these areas, outside the Bollinger Bands, I'm really looking to, if I'm looking to take a short, it's going to be in these frothy areas. If I'm looking to cover, it's going to be in these areas where the market has moved 2 standard deviations away from the mean. You can see we've had a melt up since this area. I've obviously, when my short position has come into this area, I've looked to close out. It's not the only thing that I was looking for, but we had a sizable correction into this area, and it was time to take profits. You can see that we've had quite a big melt out. Now, what's going to be really interesting to see is whether we can trade back above this level. Can we put in a new high? Main things I'm looking at the moment are gilts and bonds. You can see that US 2s and 10s are off to the races. So we're getting quite a lot of inflation. And one other thing I'm keeping my eye on is dollar. So you can see how the dollar is strengthening. You can see how we're getting a rebound in this 2 standard deviation area. But you can see how the dollar is strengthening, which has implications for emerging markets, which do affect some of the companies I've got, most notably DPEU. Turkey isn't doing so well. But the main point is you can see that the dollar is gaining some strength. So let's have a look at the portfolio. 1.33% off the all-time highs. Predominantly brought about by the OTB trade yesterday, which fell 16%. But we're back near the all-time highs, which would represent about a 7.5% return year to date. We've got 2.95% booked cash in the bank, 56% cash position, no new trades taken, and you can see that I've got about 4.35% open risk on the table, and I'm still heavily in cash. So quite a risk adverse position to be in, and that's predominantly reflected by the things I'm looking for. I could have argued that there were one or two trades that I could have taken in this area that were breaking out around about the same time, but really there's only one that I fancied, which was HOTC. There's a couple of others that I'm watching, but you can see that we're still off highs, and markets could quite easily just either base out or roll back over or push on. I think the more likely move, none of it's certain, but the more likely move is that we get some base in action for a while, some sideways consolidation, while the market decides whether it's going to make new highs or roll back over. But we've had a good melt out on all markets, all European markets. Looking at the US, getting some of that sideways motion. I still think the market's not quite decided which way it wants to go, but you can clearly see by the moving averages and the way the market's trended that we're still trending upwards. So that's it. Probably do another one next week, but there's not a great deal going on in the portfolio. There's one or two trades I'm watching. If I place those trades, I'll probably do an update next week. Hope you're all well, and if you've got any questions, as usual, just drop them in the box.